Capcom just dropped the new Monster Hunter Wilds first trailer, and they did it at the Sony State of Play, and it looks awesome, right? So I've been wanting to talk about it. I just haven't really gotten around to it. I am playing Monster Hunter World Iceborne right now, streaming it on the channel, and so I've gotten back into it, and I'm really enjoying everything that we've seen here, and I even have my own little theories and whatnot. Just as a general Monster Hunter fan, I can't really say that I've played any other Monster Hunter game besides World, but I have gone in and looked into the different lore and all that kind of stuff, so I have my own little theories and whatnot about it. So let's go and actually watch the trailer itself real fast, and we'll do this together. And so, just looking at everything, right, you have that sand barge, sand boat type thing.
As
Then you
soon
have
as we
these two
find a good
characters.
spot, we can get things
You have
set up and ready to
Gemma
go.
and
then we
Alma,
can get started.
who's our new handler, by the way.
Great.
And Gemma will probably end up being our smithy.
I hope we find them soon.
And now you're gonna get these little cut-ins here, some flashbacks. I forget the name of that guy, the kid, so we'll take a look at that.
I've never heard of a Karak.
And I just love how open this whole environment is. You know, that was something I was looking forward to with World. I'm sorry, not World, with Wilds. Is how open I would imagine it would be, considering that that's the direction that Capcom seems to be going.
One of them's got big spikes on its back.
You know, just seeing all the different types, you know, all the different smaller monsters, the ecosystem. And these dudes look cool. They're like big bulldog bear things. You know, they got that like bulldog face.
Now to lead it away from
And now this is cool. So you got the slinger back, and you could sling from a distance. They just shot down the rock.
The sandstorm.
You got sandstorms coming in. You got these guys here. You got some like crocodile looking like a sand crocodile.
Now commencing the hunt.
And then I love this part where it's like, oh, commencing the hunt, part of the guild, all that, you know, by order of the guild. It kind of gives you that, like, I'm just going to pause it. It kind of gives you that whole, hey, like, we're actually here on a mission. You know what I mean? And the fact that the handler's with us saying, hey, you know, we're commencing the guild, you know, commencing the hunt, order of the guild, that's a cool thing. You got this cool looking, I forget this monster's name. We're going to take a look at the website, because the website's up, by the way. So if you guys want to actually dig into what they've revealed about this game, they're already starting to really hype it up with their website. I love this little, this thing looks like the little lizard that, the feather lizard that Obi-Wan Kenobi rode in Episode 3. And now this is cool that they have these almost like a built-in, it almost looks like a built-in combo thing, you know? This way you get your own little cool moment. They do have that SOS system, which I never really used in World, but that's cool that they have it. Just showing that you can play with people. Now this is cool, where it's like you're holding the monster back, and like, I guess that's a focus ability. So they have all these different things now that they're adding into the game. Obviously, it's coming out 2025. I'm planning on getting my new PC before this game comes out. This way I could maybe make the switch from Xbox Series X over to PC and be permanently on PC. So, that's the trailer, right? Short and sweet. Now, like I was saying, I have my own theories about it, I have my own opinions about it, and I am not a Monster Hunter fanboy in the case of that. I don't really know all that much about the lore. All I know is when I made my original video, The Relentless Return to Monster Hunter World, I got a whole bunch of comments of people who not only loved Monster Hunter, But I got a few comments from people who were telling me about the lore and how, because I said there's no real story to Monster Hunter, it's just kind of there. And that's an opinion that a couple people didn't really like of mine. But what I could tell you is that in reality, there is no real story to Monster Hunter. You know, like, so basically, when you're playing the game, right, all the other Monster Hunter games, there is an underlying narrative, right? And we have the different themes of Monster Hunter, but there's not really like a concrete, you could follow the line, like, here's the lore, let's follow it. There is none of that really in Monster Hunter, from what I can tell. It's almost like Dark Souls in a way, where you're piecing together the story based on like little snippets of lore here and there and reading. But, you know, here's the website, right? Monster Hunter Wilds. And so the cool thing is, I'm going to go over to the character screen real quick, right? So we have the characters. Alma is fully voiced. So let me just scroll down here. All right. Scroll down too much. So you have the hunters, right? So the hunter was talking in the trailer, which tells me that obviously Capcom has hired voice actors to record voice lines. Now, I have some thoughts about this. I know some people aren't going to like it. To be honest with you, I am also in the camp of people who don't necessarily like the fact that my hunter is voiced. Now, here's where they can kind of get around it. I'm hoping that you could choose between maybe like 4 or 5 different voices for the character, and I'm really hoping that you can customize the look of the character, because I love that aspect of Monster Hunter World. And you know, Monster Hunter World, at least where your character, right, you play as the Nameless Hunter, and that's, to my understanding, the role that you kind of play in all the Monster Hunter games, where you're this Nameless Hunter. You don't really say anything, you just go and do what you gotta do, and you're the star of the show. So that's, to me, kind of similar in a way to like Bungie and Master Chief back in the day on the original Halo trilogy. Bungie used to say, basically, you are playing Master Chief, that's why they never revealed his face. Sure, you're playing a male character, sure, you know the look of Master Chief, you can't really customize him. However, even with the voice lines being delivered, you are basically in the helmet of Master Chief, right? So that's kind of how I saw the Hunter with Monster Hunter, where you are the Nameless Hunter, you are the guy or girl doing the thing. You're the one who's actually going in and kicking ass. And so I just hope that they keep that, you know. And now if we take a look here, this is what the Hunter looks like. You got this cool gauntlet thing here with the slinger attached to it, so that's cool. I'm liking the trench coat thing, that's pretty cool. The hood, I'm impartial to the hood, you know, but the amount of detail on the character's outfit is really, really cool, so that I really like. I like the fact that like all the armor sets, I'm sure, are going to be extremely detailed. Right, which is nice, and that's something that we got toward the end of Iceborne, with Shara Ishvalda and even Black Veil Valhazak set. Like, you kind of saw more of that detail coming through. And then same thing if we look at the female character. You know, you have the exposed thighs, which the Japanese like to do that with the female characters. You know, a little skirt kind of thing. She's got the holster on the leg. But, you know, you got these cool cowboy boots, same thing. You have all these little details. The detail on the heavy bowgun holster. I mean, look at that, right? You have like the 4-pointed star-looking thing there. You have this like phoenix-looking emblem. It's really cool. You know, it's really cool, and I'm liking it a lot. Right? The palicos talk now, so it's no more meow, 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 and then reading a whole bunch of subtitles. Your palico actually talks. So I think that it would be cool if maybe you could choose your palico's voice. That would be awesome. That would give you that little bit of extra customization, which the palico is all decked out, looking cool. Cute as ever. Always like the cats. And then we have Alma. So Alma, like I said, is the new handler. So Alma, handles all the quests. It seems like she's going to travel with you. I don't really know what's going to happen with that. However, you know, she seems pretty cool to me. You know, she's not as bombastically enthusiastic as our current handler in Monster Hunter World. But you know, she's got the thing going on. You know, she's got like the sweatshirt, she's got a little necklace. Again, all these like little details, little book. You know, looks cool. You know, I'm excited to learn more about her. Then here you have Gemma, which again, I don't really know. I don't know if these characters have ever really appeared or if there's any winks or nudges or nods to characters in the past that resemble them. But you know, you got Gemma. And she is going to be a smithy, which is cool. So, you know, like she looks a little bit more beefy, you know, like she could really swing a hammer. And she's got her goggles, got the hair up, you know. I like it. It's a cool look, you know. She looks like a cool chick. She's going to really make us some good gear. And, you know, I'm getting a lot of almost like, not Mad Max, Fury Road kind of vibes, but like, you know, like the outfits are very deserty, you know. Let's see if we scroll down here. Now, this guy, Nada, right? So, Nada, is just this child who's in the trailer, which, you know, I've heard some theories here and there. I haven't really dug too deep into it. But clearly, he's accompanying us on the journey, and it seems like that's where the whole story thing is much more prevalent. I could see Wilds being more of a narrative, being more of an actual story, which I think is cool. Because Monster Hunter, like I said, has not really had this concrete kind of thing. And with all the money that they've made for Monster Hunter World and Rise Sunbreak, dude, they should really be putting everything into this game, and I think that they are. Monster Hunter World is their best-selling game. I'm pretty sure World is still Capcom's best-selling game. So if we look into it, I really like this whole thing, like this living world. Now, I don't know how it's going to work, obviously, but they have these changing, you know, like, see, a world with an ever-changing climate. Life here has learned to adapt to harsh environments, the wildlife developing its own ecosystem, and the humans developing their own culture within it. I don't know what that means, but I've heard a lot of people talk about different stuff. But what I can say is that, look, it looks like there's a feast or famine kind of thing. It looks like there's sometimes some lightning storms, other times everything's looking great. What I could see is that the monsters being more pissed off when they don't have enough food, and being a little bit more like supercharged when the storms are rolling in. You know, you have all these different, like, you know, it talks about like unforgiving, ravenous monsters fight for limited resources. So I could kind of see that during this famine period, they're going to be attacking each other more, and maybe they might be more aggressive toward you, maybe permanently enraged. You know, I don't know, like, it's kind of like the savage monsters in World, where it's like a savage Deviljho is always enraged all the time. It looks like you're going to have these herds of monsters, right? Which, yeah, these are the small monsters, but it also mentions large monster herds, which that's, I mean, imagine coming across, you know, a small group of Anjanath or something, you know, like a herd. And then, you know, you have this guy here, Secret. That's that, Secret, get it? Or Sacred. I don't know how you say his name, or her name, whatever it ends up being. But this animal mount, this is going to be the new kind of Palico companion, I guess. You know, in World, you have those, the Palico, like you know, you get them on your side, like the little smaller creatures, and you can ride them around and stuff. So what I could see here is that Secret is going to kind of be your, you know, instead of using a Farcaster, Secret can just kind of swoop in, pick you up, run you away, helps you travel and traverse. You know, you can fly, like we saw in the last trailer, you kind of glide to these different island platforms, that whole thing. So I like what it's about, and I like the fact that you're carrying all of your camp supplies with you. So I can kind of see us setting up mobile camps. You know, like you have this holster here where Secret can have different weapons for you. So there is weapon swapping in this game, so that's really cool. Because I also loved playing Greatsword, and I also love playing Bowgun. So now I get to carry a Greatsword and a Bowgun at the same time, which I think is super cool. Right, so you have Secret And like I said, it kind of looks like that lizard, the feathered lizard at the, in the middle of Revenge of the Sith, that Obi-Wan was riding around. So that's really cool. I like that. Of course, because it is Star Wars. And it looks like we also are going to have the biomes. So that was something that, a lot of us weren't sure what we were getting. Are we going to do different biomes? Is everything connected? Like, what's up with that? And it looks like that there are going to be different biomes, like Windward Plains. And, it looks like we are investigating the Forbidden Lands. So Forbidden Lands seems to be the key right here. And the Windward Plains is the first of the new hunting locales. So clearly we're going to get different locales. And I really hope that we're actually able to venture through the old world. So I have not seen the old world yet. I've only seen videos and lore videos about the old world. So I'm looking forward to getting to know the old world, considering that that's where we are. No idea. I don't know if this is the other side of the new world, by Astera and all that, or if this is in the old world. I have a feeling it's the old world, but we don't know. Also, too, we have the monsters in the Wild Plains, so we'll go and check out these guys real fast. So here are the monsters that they've kind of told us about. So you have Dashaguma, right, or Doshaguma, however you would say that. And so Doshaguma is, like I said, it's like that bulldog. It's like a bulldog lion bear. It's a pretty cool looking monster. I like it. We could read more about that, but, I'll let you guys go do that. And then you have Chatacabra, which is almost like Chupacabra, the cryptid. So you have Chatacabra, and he's got this tongue thing, and it's like, I remember reading it was like an adhesive tongue, and he can put rocks on his arms and stuff, and he's very Rajang sized. It's basically a giant Jack the Licky Licky alligator. You know what I'm saying? So that guy's pretty cool. And then, looking at here, the hunting. This is pretty much the main part here, is that, you're going to have the weapon swapping. You have different equipment. I don't know if you guys saw, but during the trailer, and all the weapons are coming back from World. I don't know if they're going to add anything. But, you have this focus mode, right, where you can take these stances, and then that allows you to do different abilities. And even when you watch the character here, it looks like you're using that slinger. Like you're shooting the slinger and you're yanking yourself over, and then you're going and attacking. It seems that, again, here's what it kind of says here. Focus mode allows you to aim your attacks and guard abilities. You can also use focus mode to pinpoint monster weaknesses, which can be targeted with special new attacks that deal big damage. By making it easier to space yourself and aim your attacks during hunts, focus mode will make it even easier for players of all stripes to get in on the hunting action. That tells me that, you know what, Monster Hunter can be an extremely technical game. Whenever anybody asks me about it, I always tell them that it's a very technical game. Sure, you can go ahead and get through it. It's not nearly as technical as the older games, I guess, but yet it is. The numbers, the attacks, and all that kind of stuff. You watch those TikTok videos and YouTube shorts of, the perfectly timed strikes and knocking the monsters out of the air and all that. I've done some cool things, but I'm nowhere near the skill level of these other guys and girls who are pulling off these crazy moves. So if they wanted to build something in to make fights a little bit more exciting, I'm down for it. I think it's cool, and you know what? Hey, it's just like the Fatalis fight, right? Which I haven't played yet, but from everything that I hear, Fatalis, you have to be on your A game. It doesn't matter how good you are, you just can't slip up. If you slip up, he's gonna kill you. And so, I just kind of feel like with this, it's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna come across some monster, some dragon who's just not gonna be able to, as good as these focus moves are, they're just not gonna work. It's not just, you can't rely just on that. Just like how in World, you can't just rely on wall bangs. And so, the environment's great. You have the hook slinger, like I said, it's going to grab items as you run past it, which is cool. That makes it easier to harvest stuff. And, yeah, I mean, that's really it. That's really all that they have here. The game looks great. I love the graphics. They're giving you little bonuses for playing Monster Hunter World. So if you have Monster Hunter World, you know, you can get these Palico outfits, which is cool. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. I mean, now for my my theories, right? So if I had to give you some theories, I think looking at the symbol of Monster Hunter World, now this is what I'm sorry, Monster Hunter Wilds, what I said was, if you look at it, you see a serpent. I see two serpents here, right? So I see one with a bigger crest on the bottom and one with a smaller crest on top. I think that Dalamador is going to be making a comeback. I think we're going to see Dalamador in this game. I think that, you know, if you look at all the symbolism here, with all the logo, right, everything, they're highlighting this serpent dragon, right? The serpent dragons, like the Japanese serpent dragons, right? The Chinese serpent-like dragons, those worms, you know? And I think that we're going to be getting a Dalamador comeback, which I just know the Dalamador fight from Monster Hunter 4. From what I hear from Rurikon, which I was able to see some of Rurikon's video that he made, I highly suggest checking it out. I'm going to link it below. Rurikon goes into how there's a ton of callbacks to Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. So same thing. I think we're going to see a Dalamador come back, and I think that this Narjala, Narjala or Najalara, however you say that, I think that this monster as well is going to be making a comeback. Also, too, that sand whale, Darren Moran, I think that's going to come back because you see that ship there, and from what I know, in Monster Hunter 4, right, it's introduced, you drop in, and it's like right there. It's one of the first things you do, right? So Darren Moran, I think, is also going to make an appearance, as well as I think that Jen Moran is going to also make an appearance, and that was in Monster Hunter 3. So I think that Jen Moran, because we kind of saw a crocodile-looking thing, this thing looks like a crocodile. It's got those stubby legs. It's got all that kind of stuff, right? It's got the spines. You know, I think that we're going to see something very similar to it in this game. And that just kind of tells me that Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, that whole thing, I think that we're going to be seeing these familiar monsters, which Dalamador is massive. You know what I mean? Like the fact that if Dalamador is back, this thing is absolutely gigantic. I'm looking for a picture to see the size. But from what I know about it, it's literally like 1,000 feet long, massive, Zora Magnaros level size, and I'm excited if this is going to be in the game. So that's really it. You know, I just want to give you my 2 cents, kind of run through what I like about Wilds. What I would like to see from Wilds, I want to see the open world exploration. I want to see mobile camps. I want to see maybe a little bit more resource management, you know. I want to also be able to go into towns and go into different towns and, you know, get supplies from different little towns. That I think would be really cool. And I want to be able to traverse the old world. I want to be able to not just go through this sandy desert-looking space. I want to also go to a deep forest. I would love to go to that, I don't know the name of it. It's it's like that castle where the ancient people built that all the Kirin and stuff hang out at. I would love to go there and check out all the old world technology, the old world stuff, the old world ruins from the ancient people. That's what I want to see, you know, and I think that Monster Hunter Wilds is going to give that expansive play style. It's almost like going to be, I would think, a like smaller open worlds within a really big sandbox, you know, where you can go to each section. I can't wait to see the next trailer. So those are my predictions. Those are my thoughts. I'm really excited about it. And you know what? Hey, look, I don't know what's up with the greatsword being small, but I just hope that there's different size greatswords, and or if the weapons are going to be a little bit more realistic in size, I just want to see. I want to be told why. I want to be shown why. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, thank you all so much. That's my 2 cents on Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that you are too. Let me know what console you play on, right? Type in the comments. I want to know what console you play on. Do you play on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC? Also, too, do you think that this game's going to be cross-compatible? Do you think cross-play is going to be a thing? Comment down below. I would love to hear your opinion. Also, too, let me know. Link me some videos. If you're like, Dave, yo, you're gonna check out this lore video. You're going to love it. Or check out this video here. You know, dig more into it. I'm all ears. So, I love you all. I can't wait for Wilds. Let's really hope we get some more juicy content with it very, very soon. And if you haven't checked out my Monster Hunter World playthrough, what are you doing? Go check it out. Subscribe, like. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.